And like I said, got to pause the music because copyrights. Jake, just in case. So, again, boys, go follow all the people that we've shouted out. Please, please, please. All amazing streamers. They're all worth checking out. If you enjoy this kind of content, the entire community is nothing but great people. Make sure to go check them out. Drop them a follow. Worst case, you go tune in. Maybe it's not your thing, but at least drop them that follow and check it out later for sure. Maybe it is the best thing ever and it's going to change your life. I'm telling you. It's good stuff. We got a great community. So with that being said, I'm done ranting. Let's get into this game. So right away, we got the blue team coming out. IG coming out with the Cricknack and the Arum band. So great bands all around. Cricknack, such an overpowered jungler right now. He is able to get to those carries and is able to completely wombo combo them by himself. He's able to 100 to 0 almost any hero, it seems like. Arum, again, a great band. She's able to get just survive and able to lock down one champion that makes the game a 5v4 just like that with one ult. So on the red side, we got the Velheim being banned. He's such a strong hero at this point in this point of the meta that once the next patch comes out, they should be able to maybe slow him down a little bit. But we got the Omen. Omen's got to be the strangest ban out of the what we've seen so far. But he is a very strong top laner. I would like to see maybe an Irie instead. But with that being said, blue team coming over here with a Violet ban. So Violet, probably the strongest character right now in this current meta as far as damage output. She's definitely on top with the crown. TZN now going for their next ban, and I'm not sure who they're going to go with here. The bans are pretty strange, but it looks like they're going to be banning out Groot. Mr. Tree himself looking like he's going to be the one. He has actually got to be one of the tankiest heroes in this meta. He's so hard to kill and such a beast at being able to lock down and disrupt the enemy team. With that being said, while they're picking out their heroes, we are going to open up the giveaway. It's going to be 1,000 vouchers. Make sure to type it in and get yourself into that giveaway. All right, and we have Slims being picked out. Slims, obvious choice. Violet being banned out. Slims is the next best thing as a carry. Great pickup. Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. Switching over to a Liliana. That's interesting. I think Slims is the better pick if they're going to go for it. Liliana, strong pick, but definitely not my first choice for a pick. I would have liked to see maybe a Marja or something along those lines, one of those heroes that are very strong. Plus, Irie is out there. There's so many better heroes. Liliana does do great, but it's probably down to what the player's comfortable with. So nothing wrong with Liliana. Marja, this is what I'm talking about. Such a strong champion. Is the just able to lock down that top lane. And Crash being seen. Tanky hero, can't go wrong there. Both locking in and is showing that he's going to go with the disrupt ability. So definitely able to go for more of a tower dive if needed. All right, so going back over to the blue team. This is where I think that they pick up the Slims. I think Slims is an obvious pick, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really not sure what they do about this Crash. They need someone that can a good support at this moment, knowing that they have a tower diving kind of champion or more of a tankier team or a more sustaining team would be pretty good. So a support being picked up here would be a great choice. Seeing a Lumber really shuts down Crash. A Roxy is not a bad pick, but Roxy going against Marja, I'm not sure who wins that fight. Not really sure who wins that fight. I would want to say that it's Marja, but Roxy does have the advantage of being able to grab onto someone, pull them into a tower, could change the fight. Lindis instantly getting picked up, and obvious. I would say those are the three top marksmen next to Velheim, which is normally played in a top lane. Pyrrha, such a great hero, especially with the Crash, with the tankiness. Lindis and Marja, they already have a such a good healing team with that Marja and the Pyrrha. So if they get another heal type hero, that would be huge. I don't think that they would go Maganga, but they could, and that would just be insane. So Kilgrath being shown over on this blue team, and Mina is going to be the support. So I do like the pick for Amina. She definitely can lock down the Lindis, which Lindis is a very elusive character, and she relies more on her speed than she does a skill to get out of a situation. So, for instance, Slims really relies on his leap on getting out of bad situations. Lindis relies on her abilities to move around to get out of situations or to outrun her competition. So now the last pick for this team, and Flash being shown. Looking at their team, I would say that's not a bad pickup. Not a bad pickup at all. Flash is pretty strong in this current meta. Looking good against this team. The only one that, I'm not sure. Especially with Amina, I don't know if Flash would have been maybe my first choice. Crixie would be pretty difficult because they have such a, do have a Roxy and a Mina. But maybe they're going for more of a, just to be easier in the mid. I know that Zelf is very much comfortable on Flash, so that could be what he's going for, as opposed to trying to counter pick any other thing. So that's more than likely what it is. So good. It's working out. So it looks like this is going to be the two teams. And an important note is that Kilgrath is actually going to be the jungler. Or possibly Roxy. But I would assume that it's got to be Kilgrath, which is very not current meta. So the current meta right now is to have the marksmans in the jungle. And an important note is this: the Slims has a bronze badge. So hopefully he has another account or has some ideas of how to play this hero. But usually having a bronze badge means that you have less than five games on that hero. So Slims is a interesting hero because of his spear being so long and his jump. And really getting comfortable with that kit is important. And being bronze, we could see some misplays from him. But yes, I think that we will see, I'm hoping that we'll see Kilgrath in the jungle and Roxy up on top against the Marja. But we could see Roxy in the jungle. But well, enough of that talking. We're going to find out. So this is, again, game number 1, IG versus TZN. So both teams running off in the jungle. I don't really believe that either one of them will try to invade. Normally it's pretty risky, or you have certain types. But we'll see a little bit of tug of war kind of in the river type area. But look at this, Pyrrha actually going to see where they started, and sure enough does get that information. And this is what I'm talking about. That little trick right there seems like such a minor thing, but is so massive. Pyrrha now knows that Kilgrath is over on his blue side and is going to be making his way towards the bottom lane. That really gives everyone all the information that they need, especially the Kresh that's on bottom. So he can be waiting for those that gank in a few seconds. Only takes him about, what, a minute or so? Minute plus just to get through the jungle, so should be able to see it. Kilgrath does have a slower clear time than most of the marksmans, and you can see that Lindis is already finishing her buff, and this is moving on to her last one, and she should be able to head mid. But look at this. Mina trying to tank this mid with this Liliana. And now here comes Lindis. Lindis is able to see this. Mina's trying to throw out the trap back behind her so that she can't run that way. And now look at this. It is a 4-man dive onto this Mina. And Mina is going to get away. And Kilgrath running in, does have his ult. He's just kind of throwing out some damage, trying to get them to back off. Slims way out of position. Needs to go back on bottom. So a late rotation from Slims almost got him killed. So let's go and check out up on top and great job from the Marja is keeping this Roxy at bay. We see Kilgroth trying to chase down this Marja. Marja is not level 4, has to flicker away. So a great attempt on a gank. Marja actually coming back, and look at this. Zelph hiding in the bush, going to try to attempt to take this Sentinel, and sure enough, does pick it up and is going to pick up Roxy. Roxy was able to get the ult off, making Flash back off, but Marja was able to pick it up. Mina going down on bottom to that Lindis, so a good gank down on bottom. And it looks like Cresh's ult did have something to do with it. All right, so the dragon was picked up by the red team, and that's probably what caused the bottom lane to go down. Liliana completely out of position. Not out of position, I'm sorry. Was seen in the jungle and just had no one around to help get out of that situation. So we do have Slims trying to clear up the bottom lane, and it looks like bottom is going to go back to that stalemate of him chasing down Crash. Mina looks like Flash and also Pura chasing, and Slims is doing these rotations that are just a little reckless. And look at this, a great Pura ult coming in. Liliana there as well, throwing out the damage as best as possible. Mina's going to go down. Slim's possibly going to go down as well. Threw the spear up, which was a great idea to stop them from coming down, but needed to really be more careful about this Crash. Crash now trying to get the red buff, and soon we'll run into Kilgroth. Kilgroth does know that he's there. Doesn't do any, kind of backs off, but look at this. Flash and Pura coming down, try to put some things. And actually, Flash didn't get that, so Kilgroth did pick that up. So up on top, by the way, Roxy was picked off by the Marja. All right, and here we go. Slim's getting initiated by the Flash, and Flash was able to pick that up. So great follow-up and execution by that red team. And what a great opportunity for them to also get the dragon now that Slims is being dead. And Mina actually is going to get taken out here, and Mina doesn't have her ult, so she's going to be taking all of that damage with no damage reductions at all. So her ult does take away 50% of the damage of the people that she did taunt, but she did not have it, so she's gonna, she was taken out. So this is something that you gotta be careful of. When you finish taking the dragon, backing up, that notification that goes off, you really need to be careful and watch what's going on. Liliana almost got ganked on bottom, but luckily backed up right at the last couple moments when the red team was getting ready to initiate onto her. Kilgroth is such a hard hero to play in this current meta because it's so bursty. Oh no, Roxy very low. Flash coming back in, gonna be able to secure that kill. So great execution up on top. Marja's playing out of her mind, and Flash is doing a great job being able to go through and execute on all of these heroes. It's really going to excel how much damage he can do into the late game with these kills. Tries to go for Slims, and look at that. Almost, what is that? Got to be next to half life onto Slims. Oh, such good damage. That's why you want certain heroes to get the kills as opposed to giving them to, say, supports or something along those lines. If you can, you want to give them to your jungler, and if not, straight to a mid lane or something along those lines. Both heroes getting taken out in mid. Mina just not as tanky as she needs to be, or not able to keep up with the damage of this red team. We have Kilgroth going hard up on top, going for this Marja. Marja is taken out. So Kilgroth did a very good job there. Was able to chase him down, and look at that. The red team was too busy focusing on that mid tower to really react to it. So, again, Kilgroth, and this is the thing that you have to be aware of when you are the jungle. So getting your kills here and there is a nice thing, but protecting objectives is I would say more important than anything. So for instance, this dragon, just saying, you know what, I don't need the dragon, I'm gonna go top, is not a situation that you want to be in, because you're already down 5k gold. Every dragon that you give up is just more and more gold that you're giving up. Look at this, Kilgroth is taken out due to the red team killing dragon and running mid. So I would say that is a big misplay. Roxy running straight into all 5 red members. Went the wrong way and is paid for that. So had to pay the toll to get into her jungle, and it was the cost of her life. So taken out there for sure. All right, so this blue team is going to have a big uphill battle at this point. Down quite a bit of gold, and I don't know what they can do at this point. They really need to make sure that they can get these objectives, so a tower would be massively beneficial for them. But oh man, look at this flash initiating. Liliana got a little too close. She was actually stunned. Kilgroth is taken out. Liliana's taken out as well, and now Roxy and Mina are gonna get dropped as well. So that is all of the almost all of the blue team except for Slims. Slims was the only one that wasn't there. Showed up to the party again, just a little too late, and his team was completely destroyed by the time he even got there. Even if he would have rotated in a good position, I don't think he would have been able to do much. The damage output of this red team right now is just so strong. And look at this. They're getting tower after tower. Now the gold difference is 10k. And unless they get a kill here soon, they are not going to have a chance. And look at that. They both flickered. Flash was able to pick up the Slims. And now Liliana getting taken out, as well as the Roxy. And Kilgroth all the way up top says, you know what? This game's already over. I'm just going to hang out here. So that is the end of game 1. So TZN is going to be taking game 1. All right. So we'll be moving on to game 2. So TZN taking the first one will be the top dogs, and only need to win one more in order to take this series. So we'll be going into the next game very quickly. Luckily, the games in between these two sets of games are usually really quick. Hang on one moment. All right, hold on one moment. All right, both invites are out. Perfect. All right, so we did do a giveaway before then, so let's figure out who ended up winning that. And the winner of the 1,000 bits will be Mace. Congrats, buddy. I see that you just actually typed it. Wow. Look at you. Look at you. Let's go. Congrats, bud. You know what to do. Send a request. I need to write these down real fast. Oh, got it. Give me one moment. All right, so we had Virginia. Just want to make sure I keep track of who I owe stuff to. Done and skin. And that is Mace. Mace, you're not on Discord, bud. Dang. Got it. Welcome, everybody. If you guys didn't get in that giveaway, don't even worry. We'll be doing some more here in a second. We got one more giveaway, depending on if this is the last game or not. Thank you guys again for all those follows. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. This is the PVL. We got TZN versus IG right now. And TZN did take game 1. IGN now needs to win this, or there will be, or TZN will take this series. This is a 12-week thing. We are on week 6. So every week, Wednesday and Thursday, we do the PVL. So make sure you tune in on all those days. We will have another set of tournaments tomorrow. Tomorrow we have some big names as well. All right. So we are just waiting for the game to start. We're doing the ready checks, making sure everyone's good. Fix, thank you so much for those 1,000 bits. By the way, boys, like I said, we're going to do this again. So make sure to get in that 1,000 voucher giveaway. Make sure to type in exclamation point giveaway. And with that being said, let's get into this game, boys. All right, and we are off. Like I said, TZN did take game 1. It's best of 3. If they win this, they are going to take this entire thing. Let's go. So, right away, Flash being shown as a ban, which is an obvious ban. Zelph did such a great job on that last time, but actually switching it to the Marja. For the blue team, Chugnar was banned, which is interesting. He wasn't picked or banned last game. An odd pick. So maybe the TZN has a team that they're going to be going for, maybe stun heavy, and then that's why they banned him out. Marja is banned off for this red team. Obvious. She's such a strong hero. When she is not banned or picked, I don't know what my life is about. Omen banned. So maybe trying to get a... We did get to see that last game as well, is that Omen was banned. So that has got to be a targeted ban of some sort. He's not a normal hero that is banned, so I'm assuming that that's what it is. Flash, banned out. Zelph did such a great job, like I was saying before. Not a surprise there. Going over to this blue team, now has another ban in place. I would say probably a Velheim would be the obvious choice here. But since Chugnar is banned out, they could be trying to pick him up. And look at that. Just as I say it, it's like I know what's going on in life. Malik would be the odd one out. Unless it depends on what team they're trying to run. So maybe they're trying to go for more of a squishier team that has a lot of damage output, and Malik would be a great counter to that. And actually doesn't get the ban off. So no ban for this blue team. So it's only 2 bans for this blue team. Big misplay there. They just couldn't get it in under the wire. That's why you need to pick it quicker than that. And they missed their opportunity. So this red team now has an opportunity to ban an extra hero. And let's see who we get. All right, Violet. So Violet, powerhouse as far as damage is considered. She's such a strong hero. And Zelph, right off the bat, Velheim. And that's exactly what I was saying. The Chugnar being banned out. The biggest counter to Velheim is a Chugnar, for sure. I mean, other than maybe a Crickneck. So red needs to go with a Crickneck at this point. Grok, great pickup. Since Chugnar is gone, that's a direct counter. I would like to see a Grok just as a personal favorite hero of mine, but who knows? And Roxy. So I think Roxy, they're hoping that now that they banned the Marja, that Roxy's really going to come online. But now you are going to be going against Velheim, which I would say is going to be a worse matchup than the Marja. So I don't know what you do at this point. I would like to see an Irie. Irie would be the best top against a Velheim. She's able to get in and out and able to do that damage, but they are going to pick those and lock those in. Aram being picked, and last time we saw an Aram, it was devastating. It's one of the first times we've seen her in the 6 weeks that we've been doing this, and now we're seeing her for the second time. Such a strong pick, lovely hero, personal favorite of mine. Kresh getting picked out. It's James did pick Crash last time. He's the support. He loves it. It's a comfortable hero for him, and just tanky all around. All around great pick. All right, moving over to this red team. They really need to get some stuff going here. Right now, they have 2 tanks. Lindis being showed. Lindis, solid hero, especially against someone like a Velheim. But you don't know who their jungle is going to be at this point. And a Crixie. I do like the Crixie pick. If you're going with a Grok, a great person to use along with Grok would be a Natalia. But again, it comes down to preference. Natalia does have some strange abilities that aren't as easily picked up by a lot of people. And I think that maybe was a little bit of a missed opportunity. So, we will see who the jungle is. Batman would be such a good champion at this point, but we will. And I don't know who they're gonna go with. We'll wait for those to show up, and then we'll go. And Batman being chosen out, and sure enough, this is what I'm talking about. We haven't seen a Batman played at all this entire 6 weeks. So getting to see a Batman actually come out from the shadows and be in the jungle is going to be huge. So James does have the punish ability, which could be because he's going to be trying to get more of the owls than anything. And I think that's a pretty good pick, especially against Groot. Groot's such a solid tank that it will help maybe take him down. All right, so this will be the teams. This is what we're looking for, and I'm excited. Roxy is going to be against Arum from what it looks like, but I think that I would rather see Velheim versus Roxy. I think that is a great matchup in Velheim's favor. So we'll see what lane that this Roxy ends up running towards. Yeah, so I have sound effects turned on for the normal streams, and I forgot to turn them off. So that's what it was. It's a sound clip. I have a bunch of sound clips that are enabled. Hermie knows about them. So yes. So if that's what that noise was, but I disabled them just so that we can stream without them. But in a normal stream, absolutely, you guys can use them to your heart's content. Hermie, shout out to you, bud. Welcome. All right. And we're just waiting for the games to start. And if we look at all the badges, the low man on the totem pole is this Grok and the Lindis and I guess Batman as well. So that means that they have just over probably say 10 games, 5 to 10 games with this hero. And then that's how they got this badge. So very, not the heroes that you'd want. They're not very comfortable with these heroes. I mean, that's that many games you can get better, but it's not as enough as saying that you've played a hero like say 100 times. So I think that's the thing that we need to look out for. So Lindis, Grok, and also that Batman. Maybe see if we see any kind of just unusual plays that we'll have to chalk it up to maybe the experience. So Arum, very strong early game. I fully expect to see some kind of initiation from their jungle, but ends up running after the 2 tanks. So they did send Roxy and up on top, and exactly where the Velheim is. So that is the matchup that Velheim wants. So that is going to be good. That's where Grok needs to be, I feel like. I think the 2 tanks on bottom can easily handle each other, but I think that's where Grok really needs to go and shine and hang out. Ooh, and Arum was able to pick that up from the Lindis. So Lindis trying his best to get these minions going, but just wasn't able to get that one. Grok's trying to help out, but again missed the hook, and that was allowed the Arum to pick that up. So I do believe that Grok really needs to roam more top. And look at this, they're putting pressure on this jungler, and this is where the entire bottom lane needs to go and completely react to this. They're going to be completely caught out. Batman actually there as well, already level 4, and is going to be able to do some massive damage, and there it is, and Crixie is going to be taken out, as well as Lindis. And the red team just wasn't able to get there quick enough, so the Grok, missing the hook, so close. That would have been so devastating for Zelph. He was not level 4. He would not have been able to get out of that situation without using a flicker at that point. Dragon being spawned, and the blue team is probably going to react to this, run down to towards the dragon. Lindis doesn't have much, and now her jungle isn't respawned just yet, and does want to react to this dragon. So look at this blue team. 4 blue team heroes here. Aram going straight in, being so tanky, and look at this, already Grok taken out, and now Aram very close to being dead. Oh my goodness, Crixie trying to go in, but the tree knocks him out of the stun, and now it is nothing but this blue team is gonna pick up this dragon. Lindis finally hitting level 4 now is gonna start to become the powerhouse that we all know and love. Just wasn't able to, since she wasn't able to get this creep and also the 2 up from her jungle and ended up dying. She was just so far behind, but is quickly making up for lost time. So the 2 on bottom, we should see just a stalemate on bottom. There really shouldn't be much of a any kind of initiation or anything down there. I think the fight that we need to be paying attention to is everything that's up top. Grok really needs to, and that's what I'm talking about. Grok just not able to make those hooks. This is what I was saying, is that when you don't have those badges or don't have that many games in Grok, it's really hard to understand how the hooks work and how they react to it. With only like 10 games, it's just not enough to really understand. Ultimate. Batman actually was able to take out Crixie, who was trying to rotate up the top. She's taken out, and now the blue team has full control of this middle. And look at this, Grok taking a lot of damage there, not able to get anything off. Aram is going to go down due to the dive. Grok actually hooked Zelph there. Zelph was the one that was hooked but didn't. Ooh, nice ult there by Mr. Groot himself, but just not able to stay alive. So blue team's doing a great job taking one at a time from this red team, and which seems small right now, but those kills are going to be adding up. And Roxy going down to this Velheim, and this is what I'm saying, is that Grok not there to help support that Roxy. And such a great opportunity. We haven't seen that would have been such a clutch hook. And Grok actually does have flicker, but it wasn't up at the time. And now that this tower's been taken out, could easily go after that Grok, but wasn't aware where the rest of the team was, choosing to back off at this time. Looks like the dragon is going to be initiated by this Aram, but look at the blue team. The blue team's so close. Batman doing a great job. Going to go straight for this Lindis. Does pick him up. Oh, but misses his ult. Lucifer with a big misplay there. Lindis should have been dead should have been so dead. Grok doing a great hook there. Tree's going to be in some trouble here. Crush jumping in with his ult, and now we got the ult from Grok, just missing everybody. And then we have Crixie coming in, using the ult again, just a little too soon. Little too soon. That's the second time that we've seen something like that happen. Groot charging through, but the team has already backed off. And look at this, Batman finding Crixie, and dunk just happened. Batman is so deadly. From level 4 to level 15, he is just super deadly anytime he can get around any of those squishier targets. And that's what I was saying. The Lindis or the Crixie is just going to have just a very difficult game when you have Batman in the game. Oh, another missed hook. So such a great opportunity there. So close. So Roxy is going in. They're trying to... Oh, and what a turnaround that was. Arm actually did and lived. And absolutely lived. Arm actually turned that entire fight around by ulting Grok and was able to land it on him and turn that fight completely around. It looked like Aram was dead to rights. Turned that around and was able to win and walk out of that situation. Next to no life, but great job. And look at this tower. Could easily have hit that tower once and got out of that position. And this is what we're talking about. Crixie is just unable to stay alive at this point because this Batman is completely zoning him out. Velheim did a great job. Good presence of mind to see that that tower is almost dead. Get your teammate out of that situation. Arm going in, ulting onto Lindis. Lindis getting taken out. That is the power of Arm right there. Able to just completely lock down a champion to let your team beat on them. Groot really needs to be careful. Now that he saw that 2 of his teammates dying, he really should back up as much as possible. And a weird charge there ends up letting him live. So good job from him. Looks like Zelf is trying to put some pressure on this. Batman coming in. That Batarang is going to do a lot of damage there. And sure enough, when you have a lot of life, it does % of life and damage. And that's exactly what we saw. All right. So right now it is 16-1. Four towers and 2 dragons for this blue team. Right now the red team does not have any towers or objectives at this point. 1 kill. We're hoping to see a lot more, but Brock just has unfortunately missed some really key hooks. But even those combined, I don't think really put this team into the fight that they need. Grok getting really low, throwing his ult in the direction towards Batman, but it's just not enough. And Groot almost killing Roxy there, but actually she ends up living. And look at this, Liliana going hard onto Crixie, taking her out, and now they are in a full retreat at this point. Ooh, Lindis actually came back and was able to turn around a little bit, but is taken out. So Groot taken out, and Lindis almost taken out if Liliana would have been able to get her hands onto that Lindis. Throwing out some damage onto this Velheim, playing very risky here. Any one skill will take him out. The hook was just not enough, unfortunately. Just missed that hook, but that's okay. They are back to their perspective lanes, and they are now, it looks like they're just taking the objectives. This is what TZN does very well. They are very objective focused. I mean, just like most of the higher skill cap teams, that's exactly what you need to be doing. Objectives every time that they're up, as soon as they're up, as soon as you can. And oh, we actually saw that Roxy was taken out, and Lindis now taken out. Ooh, Grok did land the hook on Batman, but missed the ult. Actually throws it up in the wrong direction. And look at this, Crixie getting dove way back behind, and the team just doesn't see it at this moment. And is Liliana gonna be able to get out of there? No. Grok was able to stomp and get that stun. And look at this, Aram. Oh, Grok had a perfect hook. And luckily he didn't. I think Aram did have her ult up. No, she didn't. So I think that would have been the end for Grok. So Grok's whole full kit really relies on him getting those hooks. And we haven't seen those just yet. Bissell Dragon getting picked up, and Batman picking up the Dark Blessing, which will really make him just such a high priority target. He's already a high priority target already, and to make it so that you can't kill him it's going to be something else. All right, so red team, every single one of them is in mid, and Zelf is looking to push. Batman in a great position, ready to flank at the moment this fight pops off. Throws out his Batarang, does get seen, but walking away. So look at this, the blue team's so ready. Grok throwing out his ult, but it's just not enough. He's just not tanky enough at this point. So he actually went more armor, so Zelf just completely rips through that Grok. Grok getting taken out. Crixie throwing out the ult, but it's just not enough. Roxy trying to do her best as she can, but look at this. Crixie just shredded by the Zelph on the Liliana, and not a single blue person taken out. 2 of them, 3 of them under half-life. They're trying to push this tower, get this high ground tower, and sure enough, they are able to pick that up. Liliana and Batman pushing down that on bottom, but this game is closing really quick. We are seeing a over 10k gold difference for this blue team over the red, and it is next. This has got to be the final push of the game. Grok unable to land the ult. We wished we would have seen a flicker in there with the skill that he has, but just not enough. Aram coming in, was able to land the ult onto the Roxy. Grok getting taken out, and Lindis being taken out. Soul Survivor Groot just taken out as well. That is gotta be the game. So this blue team, so that is TZN, is going to be picking up game number 2 and taking that series. All right. So great games all around. Great games all around. So TZN will be taking that.